You have crossed my palm with silver, so I will tell you your future. I look into my crystal ball and I see Washington State. Oh, it's a snow globe. I will see your future though. I'm looking into the future. I'm seeing abundance. You will have an abundance. Everyone will have an abundance. If you're a student out there, you will have an abundance of A's.
An abundance of homework.
If you're pregnant, you will have an abundance of babies. Okay, that's enough. I can't do any more than that.
That's right. Tonight, we are talking about abundance. I got this wrong. My very first bottle of abundance oil I was given when I reached the rank in Young Living, like they have different levels of executive. And someone in our sort of support team, Victorina, sent me a bottle of abundance, and I thought, oh, cool.
Can I have a smell?
And I actually didn't like it because I'm not a huge fan of patchouli. I do like it now. It's so funny how oils grow on you. Do oils grow on you? If so, comment below. Ones that I didn't like years ago, I like now. But abundance was what I didn't like. But I was like, oh, I need an abundance. Back then I needed abundance of money. But I need an abundance. And I kept saying it, I kept putting it out there to the universe. I need an abundance, but I wasn't very clear.
What did you get an abundance of?
We got an abundance of rain. I used to joke for 6 months after I got this bottle of abundance, I was like, no more rain. I obviously wasn't very clear enough. I didn't set my intention. So you've got to be very clear. So not only do I want an abundance, but I want an abundance of money, or I want an abundance of whatever.
Okay, so let's talk about, and tonight we're gonna kind of change pace a little bit, aren't we? We're gonna talk about each night we're gonna talk about one blend, one oil.
Well, I don't know, we'll play it by ear, but we thought we would
tonight
talk
it
about
is abundance. Yeah. And it's a word that we don't hear that often. So even in the comments below, when you think of abundance, what do you think of? What does that mean for you? Because I know what it means for me. What does abundance mean for you, just quickly?
Money. Wealth, prosperity. But we are actually going to give away an abundance oil for those who comment on our video.
Okay, so you've got 24 hours to make a comment, and then we'll pick someone.
No. So abundance was originally created by Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, well, basically what he wanted to do was create an abundance in people's lives. So, and that really was like the purpose, the 3 words that he said about as being the mission, I guess, of Young Living was abundance, wellness, and purpose. And so he wanted to give that to people. Joe Swan said that abundance means plenty, overflowing, and more than enough.
And do you know what it means for me? I'm just going to quickly jump in. I think you've got an abundance when you've got enough to share with other people. That's my definition. It doesn't have to be a lot, but obviously the more that you have, the more you can give away and share, and that's a beautiful thing. So
so basically Gary, as I said, those 3 things, he wanted wellness, purpose, and abundance for all of, basically the world. But that was very important to him. So he created an oil blend called Abundance. So he, like all his blends, he was a master blender. That's why a lot of other companies have the same, they've copied our blends, because he was a master blender. He did a great nose, but just intuition.
Nice legs too. Sorry.
As far as intuition goes, he knew what went with what, and he loved researching. So you've heard us talk about the story of valor and how Roman soldiers used to bathe in the various botanicals that went into creating valor. And Thieves was based on the 4 Thieves vinegar story that he read in the Marseille Museum and things like that. And with abundance, he actually wanted to put together a whole heap of spices that had traditionally in different cultures, Indian, China, Egyptian, been valued, I guess, or being being collected, because they symbolized wealth and prosperity. So whether that was because oils like frankincense and myrrh were really expensive,
liquid gold,
they were more expensive than gold, so that's where the abundance sort of comes in. Or oils like basically spices, so there were spices, cinnamon, clove. Like if you look at cinnamon and you research cinnamon, lots of traditional cultures used to, instead of smudge sticks like we have now, they would actually burn cinnamon sticks and to bring wealth into their home and to their family and to their household or to their village. if you go online and look up herbs and spices for wealth and prosperity, you'll find cinnamon, you'll find clove. There's lots of suggestions on putting clove in your wallet. So instead of putting clove in your wallet, get a bit of abundance and put that in. It makes your wallet smell really nice.
And it keeps the moths out.
There you go. I don't know if that's compliant, but
No, that's the whole thing. You open your wallet, there's only moths in there. So the word that comes to my mind when I think of abundance, as in the oil, is synergy. Because Gary put all these things together to really create a synergy that would bring abundance and help you get into an abundant mindset. Because that's a lot of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all to do with mindset. Even though,
it's not magical.
As I said, the oils that Gary chose were spices that were traditionally used by different cultures for that. So like patchouli, ginger. I think you put orange in there because it's a happy oil, and to bring in joy and happiness, and ultimately that gives you more abundance of that.
Absolutely.
And there's also black spruce in there. So, but as Jeremy says, we're not here promising that you're going to use some abundance oil and you're going to win lotto next week. It doesn't work like that. But the way that oils work on two levels, one is frequency, okay? So all the oils singly and then when they're combined as a blend contain a different frequency which vibrates at different levels. So obviously if you're going to be vibrating at a happy, joyous, grateful, abundant kind of energy where you give to people, tithing is really, a huge thing that brings in, like often if we give, then we will receive. It's like, so many cultures believe in the idea of being abundant rather than scarcity.
Yep.
If you have a scarcity mindset, then you're just going to continue to cycle and attract scarcity. Whereas if you have an abundant mindset and you're giving out abundance, then you are vibrating at that certain frequency and you're going to attract more abundance. So I think the thing about abundance oil, and I know that Kerry Cassadine just said that after a year she still can't stand the smell, but she uses it every day. What it does when you use an oil on a regular basis, and particularly if it has a name like abundance, you can attach an affirmation to it. So it might be, I bring abundance into my life with grace and ease. Or remember I said to be specific about what you want an abundance of. I
always have enough to share.
Yeah, so something like that. But every day that you use that abundance, whether you diffuse it or use it topically, it's going to set that intention in your mind of abundance. And so you'll soon develop an abundance mindset rather than a scarcity mindset. Whereas if you don't set those intentions, like anything, we get hijacked and we forget about things and stuff like that. So it's not just abundance, it's things like, I know Jeremy was Googling beforehand other oils that go with it. For me, I love to diffuse abundance, often in one diffuser in the house and acceptance in another. And even when I do market stores and things like that, I'll have abundance going in one diffuser at one end of the table and acceptance in the other. So that way, because there's no use having an abundance of wealth or an abundance of, whatever, and then not being able to accept it, not being open to accept it. A lot of us feel like we're not worthy, so we actually repel abundance. Yeah. But Jeremy was Googling and he was like, release goes well with abundance.
Yeah, because again, it's about letting go of those old things. And as you said, so many people feel that they're not worthy to receive anything. They don't deserve it for whatever reason. We want to say that you definitely are deserving of good things in your life. You deserve to have good things happen and to receive an abundance of whatever it is in your life. Love, joy, happiness, wealth, I think, is important because the more that you have, the more that you can share and the more that just spreads around. And that goes against the scarcity mindset, which says, I got to hang on to as much as I can because there's not enough out there for everyone. I think it's totally the opposite. And I know that's what Gary thought, wasn't it? He just wanted to release all that good stuff.
He was very big on if the table isn't big enough, build a bigger table.
Absolutely.
So, the table is definitely big enough. There's enough for all of us. Use your abundance every day.
How do we use it?
So you can diffuse it, great in the diffuser. It is quite thick though, and it's kind of got an orangey colour. So it's one of those ones that you do want to wipe your diffuser out. You can use it topically, but make sure you dilute it because it has cinnamon. And I know Anna Marie, she's is one of her favourite oils, but she used to apply it behind her ears, and after a while got a bit of skin sensitization to it because it does have that cinnamon in it. So you do want to dilute it.
But probably it's only like a 1-to-1 dilution.
Yeah, like a drop or two of carrier oil. Make it up into a roller bottle and roll it on. Wear it on your diffuser jewellery. Make it up into a room spritzer. But as I say, it's great to put on things. So whether you put it on your wallet or on your, if you want an abundance of appointments, say you're a massage therapist or someone, put it on your appointment book. When you're doing vision boards, it's great for that. When you're sending out mail, like Happy Mail or any kind of mail, if you do that these days, put some on that. It's just great for all those kinds of things. So, yeah.
And are we going to try an abundant August? Was that the plan?
Yeah, so one of the things that we thought we would do this August, so if you don't win the abundance oil and you don't have abundance oil, try and get one before August this year. So we're now in June. You've got, your June order if it hasn't gone through, and your July order. So that on the 1st of August, you can start with us on Abundant August. And so basically it's about using the abundance oil every day in August and setting those intentions.
31 days.
Seeing the difference that it makes.
And we want to hear, we're really wanting to hear the stories, aren't we? We want to get some feedback on this, on your experience of this, because we love hearing other people's stories.
Yeah, and Gary was very, as I said, he was a real researcher. So he made sure that the oils that went in this were, the ones that were about wealth and prosperity and all that kind of stuff. So
Alrighty.
Anyway, enjoy, and we will draw the winner of our abundance oil tomorrow. So you've got 24 hours to comment below. So whether you've used abundance before, what abundance means to you, whatever you want to do, you will go with the draw.
Let's get the conversation started.
Yes. All right. And we will see you next week. We might do acceptance. Who else needs some acceptance? Bye, guys.
See ya.